Hey, Warpugs. So today we're going to be checking out a request from I Want to Bang a Robot Person. And I swear his Discord name is just that, just to hear me say that. I have no idea why. Leaving it aside, okay? So, he wanted me to check out something from Seth, and I can't say the last name because you guys know why. I am symbolically syllables. I just don't do them, okay? I just don't. I screw them up. I absolutely butcher them. It is the way that I am, and you guys know this. So, with all that being said, we're going to be checking out this today. This is Bloons TD6 Review Losing It Edition, trademark. So, I don't know what Bloons is. I have no idea. I've never seen this game, but like most games that Seth reviews, I have no idea what I'm looking at, even while I'm looking at it. But we do know one thing is for sure, he's going to give us a great review of it. So, with all that being said, my cat is bothering me. With all that being said, we're going to jump into this. I hope you guys came strapped in. If you don't know who Seth is one of the best game reviewers, period. He's also one of the most sadistic game reviewers, period, because he finds the ways to make the devs that sit there and watch his reviews of their games scream in utter horror unless they actually intended the game to be this way. In any case, we're going to jump into this. Let's go. My cat is headbutting my arm. It wants pets. So,
nowhere. On unpronounceable street on the first.
I swear, I boomer this every single time. I should have had this checked. There we go. Boom. There we go. Okay, now we're going.
Floor. There's only one floor. My name is SsethTzeentach. I'm 27 years old. I believe in taking care of myself in a balanced diet and a rigorous exercise routine. In the morning, if my hands aren't shaking, I'll take 360 milligrams of extended-release amphetamine while doing my daily jelq session. I can do 1,000 now. After I start to feel heart palpitations, I go to the vitamin closet. For multivitamins, I take 2 gummy dinosaurs, then a gummy fruit pastil, and a single magic bean. Then I chug down 2-gram paracetamol to slow the approaching migraine while I prepare the rest of my routine. I always use a painkiller with little or no risk of stomach ulceration because stomach ulcers are incredibly painful and make you die. Then 2 tabs of zinc, then omega-3, followed by a final megadose of vitamin D3. There's an idea of a SsethTzeentach, some kind of abstraction, but there is no real me, only an entity, something illusory. And though I can hide my cold gaze, and you can shake my hand and feel flesh gripping yours, and maybe you can even sense our lifestyles are probably comparable, I simply am not there. Hey people, Seth here.
Ted, if only you could talk to me. What would you say about that? I love the I love the American Psycho reference. It makes me feel good in my soul that people still reference that.
Here. Hello, my little dart monkeys. It's been a while. Apologies, I had to take a short break from the hustle, because if you only made 2 videos in 6 months, something's not right. And while ADHD medication is very useful to satisfy expectation and fit into the psychopathic mold of society, after 7 years of regular...
I would never, in my... there is nothing that would get me in that close proximity with a chimp. Under no circumstance would I ever do that. You piss that thing off.
Consumption, it's good to take a break.
This, you see,
Since withdrawal
whatever point I was about to make just flew out of the window.
all kicked in, the only thing I have energy for is getting out of bed, feeding the colony, and playing Bloons. Bloons Tower Defense 6, written and pronounced as if you were dyslexic, is a homeland defense simulator where you and your men are the only thing that stands between life and the complete and utter annihilation of monkey civilization. The stakes are high, but the premise might sound absurd. Rubber balloons? Really? How could that possibly be a threat to monkey civilization? I'll tell you, because it's a choking hazard. The respiratory tract of a rhesus macaque is very slim, and if a child inhales enough rubber, they're going to die of asphyxiation. I've never tested this, but I'm just assuming. For any civilization, several generations of high infant mortality, and we're on the brink of extinction. And so, the most primitive form of monkey weaponry emerged. The original, decisive answer to the rubber question.
Yes.
Darts. Dart monkeys could finally pop Bloons from a safe distance.
Nice.
However, they couldn't account for what happened next. You see, for every Bloon you deflate, you get 2 more. That's because they reproduce faster than we can kill. But now, we've introduced natural selection to the balloon population. Tougher, more resistant fibers, translucent material, higher reproductive capacities, and even limited regeneration of lost tissue start being selected for in the balloon population. Thus beginning the eternal arms race between technology and an all-consuming, rapidly evolving bioweapon.
We must defend monkey. Return to
This
monkey.
game is a joke. This review is a joke. It isn't. It's very much a Crisis just got released on PC in 2007 situation where all the critique and anger is coming from people who, 1, don't own it, or 2, can't run it because they don't have the RTX 3080 necessary to even boot up the game. On low settings. Like any good game, we begin by starting Cheat Engine, loading the following cheat table, hooking up the executable, and from there, enable editable values, get player. Double-click the action value and change it to get player info. It should update with your current values, which you edit by double-clicking. Apply them by changing the action value to set player info. If you don't see anything, tab in.
I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this. Sheer fact of the matter is, all that he just showed us was very informative, and I think that, if you're interested in this kind of thing, just follow the steps that he did on the screen just now.
To a different menu and switch back. This will very likely get you banned. However, using every other cheat will not. You can exploit this by earning monkey money, turning on infinite monkey money, and buying anything equal to or below your total sum of monkey money without spending a single dime. Dear Ninja Kiwi, I'm sorry for telling everyone how to bypass your shitty in-game cash shop. I don't do it out of pleasure. I do it out of moral obligation to inconvenience anyone and anything that comes out of New Zealand. To play the game, pick a map, pick a difficulty, and try to finish it. For reference, anything under hard difficulty is meant for children. Are you a child? I hope not. How did you end up here? Did your mother leave you alone with a tablet, assuming that the cold hard expanse of the internet is somehow an appropriate surrogate to parental attention? In which case, I'm incredibly sorry. I'm sure your parents will take full personal accountability for your impending developmental issues. But I digress. As my good...
We're looking... Okay, so people call my generation... people call my generation the forgotten. We're looking... Yes? Why can't I make a point without you getting in the way of it, huh? You act like I never pet you. You act like I never pet you. You're so deprived. So deprived.
Good friend, Mandalore Gaming, often says, can we stop discussing children? Hard is the starting baseline difficulty. Think of it as a rite of passage before the game considers you competent enough to stand a chance of winning the actual game. The actual game is Chimps Mode, an acronym which stands for no continues, no hearts lost, no income, no monkey knowledge, no powers, and no selling. Effectively, pay to win is no longer an option, and a single mistake will undo your entire run. It is the truest test of monkey fortitude. Basically, you're training yourself up to handle the worst this game can throw at you without any help. There's many monkeys and many balloons. Different balloons require different monkeys to sufficiently deflate and destroy them. While the most basic and primordial balloon, the red balloon, can be popped by any monkey, the situation quickly becomes more complicated, as most balloons come in layers, including, but not limited to, camo, lead, ceramic, LGBT, each with their own properties, strengths, and weaknesses. They also come in sizes, regular and blimp, also known as Moabs, BFBs, Zongs, and Bads. These initially serve as boss encounters, which, following the Dark Souls Miyazaki school of thought, eventually become regular enemies. In general, these are gigantic, gestating balloon females, which, upon popping, release their entire brood on the battlefield. I would say these are generally slow, until round 90, when you encounter your first DDT. After after 20 minutes of play, which you're going to lose in 2 seconds. There is a common anecdote on the Bloons TD6 Reddit. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, and Ninja Kiwi how they recorded their Moab popping sound. Let's talk about monkeys.
Dark.
In total, there's 22 different monkeys across 4 different trees: primary, military, magic, and support. Each has their own purpose and place on the battlefield. Dart monkey is your OG shooter. Boomerang monkey has curved shots and can switch hands. Bomb shooter counters lead. Tack shooter counters everything else. Ice monkey. Glue gunner. Nobody knows what they do because nobody picks them. Sniper monkey has infinite range. Monkey sub bottoms for the monkey dom. Monkey buccaneer upgrades to the entire.
It's a bubble game. It's a bubble game. Hell with it. I'm loving it. Let's go.
East India Trade Company. Monkey Ace has nuclear capabilities. Heli Pilot can solo the game. Mortar Monkey is incredibly accurate. Dartling Gunner comes with his own panic button. Ninja Monkey counters stealth. Wizard Monkey counters your ability to see. Super Monkey will be discussed at a later time. Alchemist turns lead into gold. Druid turns crops into gold. Banana Farm turns bananas into centralized banking. Monkey Village supports the home front. Spike Factory keeps out the homeless. And Engineer Monkey is somehow less popular than the Ice Monkey. In reality, you don't have to know all that. All you need to know is the current meta pick, so you can turn your brain off for half a...
So there's a balloon popping meta now. I can never stay with the times.
An hour and still scavenge some dopamine for your zoomy receptors. Each monkey comes with 3 different upgrade trees, which are mutually exclusive to each other. You can pursue one tree up to 5 and benefit from 2 levels of another. When we talk strategy, we use the free number nomenclature, which denotes the number of upgrades in each tree in descending order. For example, this is what it looks like when I smack down a 103 Dart Monkey, a 200 Village, and a 301 Alchemist. This is handy to know when somebody starts screaming at you.
We're talking math.
That a 401 Alchemist is not the same as a 402. That you're wasting precious animation frames on something that doesn't benefit you. That you have effectively gimped yourself out of an expensive investment. And instead of playing Bloons, you should instead consider the rope. The Bloons community is nothing if not passionate. On top of that, you have heroes. There's many to choose from, so choose wisely because you only get to bring one of them. These include Quincy, who never whiffs, not a single arrow. Sada, my beloved. Adora, who is adorable, and also powered by blood sacrifice, in the same way as a 33rd degree Mason. Benjamin, who stacks the Benjamins, and contributes nothing else. Picking him in a multiplayer game is considered a form of griefing, at best, and at worst, a hate crime. And of course, Funny Tank Monkey, and many more. So, let's talk about strategy. You're going to open with Quincy into a 301 Ninja, followed by a 200 Alchemist. Upgrade Alchemist to 301. Ninja to 402. Smack down a 200 Monkey Village. Then place your 320 Heli Pilot Alchemist to 401. Heli to 420. Village to 30. And finally, finish your 520 Heli Pilot. There, that's your current meta pick. Clears everything from hard to chimps with minimal thinking. But who cares? Secondly, it's not enough to win advanced and expert level maps, and it's certainly not enough to beat boss events. There's 2 bosses and they rotate every week: Bloonarius, the Inflator, and the Lich. I say this unironically. I've seen a lot of erotic illustrations of Bloonarius. Poor.
This is why the aliens won't talk to us. This is why. Stuff like this is why the aliens refuse to speak to us, okay?
If you will, and it makes me act up. Boss events are interesting. On the one hand, yes, you can pay to win. On the other hand, it's not gonna save you, because for reference, the last round of Chimps, round 100, features a single BAD. This has 28,000 HP. Tier 5 Bloonarius spawns around 120 with 3 million, and if it's Elite Bloonarius, 40 million. So how do we overcome numbers that big? Simple. We finance the war with money we don't have. We need 3 bits of monkey knowledge from a support tree. Bigger deals, backroom deals, bank deposits. Naturally, we take Benjamin for increased stacking of Benjamins. You convert your first monkey farm into a 240, giving us access to IMF loans. IMF, standing for the International Monkey Fund. Take the loan, deposit twice, wait a single round, collect interest, cash out, and repeat. Use borrowed money to make make more money, to make more banks, to take more loans, to borrow more money. Then upgrade your bank to 250, or Monkeynomics, with the descriptor for when you're too big to fail, thus creating the Federal Reserve. And now we print money directly out of thin air. Inflation? Don't worry about it. Take more loans, print more money, get a 500 nuclear sub so we can borrow, print, and spend even faster. But what exactly are we spending towards? We're spending towards a very expensive sacrifice, because ultimately there's only one way to win war. Blood. A lot of blood. Money is merely the vehicle to convince you. We just need you to die. And so, fittingly, the strongest tower in the game requires a mountain of sacrifice, consuming everything and everyone around it. Twice, because there's 2 upgrades. The true Sun God is the second strongest tower in the game. If you're currently seeing this, it means I fucked up. And
there is no way I can pay attention to that much crap going on the screen. I don't care how simple it's supposed to be after you learn it. I just don't care. There's no way I could keep my attention on that much stuff that...
I have to reset. The vengeful, true Sun God is the strongest tower in the game. Also, the leading cause of aneurysms each time I miss a single step in this 35-page wiki article. But he is worth the effort. He can solo the entire boss on normal. On elite difficulty, however, you have to fill every square pixel of your screen with monkeys, sacrifice them all, only to receive a low-degree paragon, and quit the game very calmly. Confused? Then I invite you to read the 39-page wiki article. Consult this simple mathematical formula for power calculation and come back just as confused. Paragons are tier 6 monkeys. However, their strength is determined by their degree, which is a measure of equality and quantity of sacrifices given. There's 4 in total. Under optimal conditions, to create all 4, we have to put about 200 monkeys into body bags, but the sacrifice is well justified. It's pretty much the only way you can possibly clear a boss run on elite difficulty. There's many more modes in this game. Odysseys, which are monkey campaigns.
Are you kidding me?
Which are gonna get me banned someday. Custom challenges, which have to be played yourself after making them to ensure that it's actually possible to beat. Instead, I use Cheat Engine to make maps that are physically impossible to finish and post them online for unsuspecting victims. And of course, multiplayer.
Wait, my monkey Wall Street.
Which looks a little like this.
Wow, what the hell?
Where are the blades coming from? What's doing that?
Multiplayer is the shit. Arguably, it's harder than single player because you all share the same income. This leads to the inevitable situation where everybody picks Benjamin, buys a turn 12 banana farm, and we lose the game. It's a lot of fun. It's incredibly fun, interactive, and dynamic when...
What the hell is even on the screen right now? What is even this?
One of your friends pops down a sun temple right next to your farms, consuming all of your income.
Watch this.
Oh!
Why'd everything go
fuck?
by?
What? Did I clear the whole map? What the fuck?
In the industry, this is known as a skill issue. To answer a question I've been hearing, what is Bloons Tower Defense 6? It is
I have
when
no idea.
you can physically no longer see what you're doing. When the screen is filled with so much shit that all you're left with is an assault of flashing lights and popping. That's what Bloons TV6 is all about. It's amazing. Also, how much you can handle on screen? Great benchmark for your hardware, because you'll get somebody talking shit about how great their processor is, just because Rakesh at the Dell store told them so, and suddenly they drop from the game. Being real
I don't doubt it! Probably from a seizure! What the hell?
quiet ever since. I do, however, have some critique. I've heard so many pops that I've developed tinnitus. I've listened to the soundtrack for so long that if I hear it alone in isolation, my brain fills in the gaps and creates audible popping. But I think that's a fair price to pay. Also, New Zealand company jacks up the in-game price of the Australian flag. Very base. Unfortunately, this game does run like ass sometimes. It doesn't being left in the background, and it doesn't close properly for me. So I made a little batch file to kill the process. I recommend you do the same. It does save progress on maps, so usually you don't lose anything. I think
Okay.
anybody can enjoy Bloons TD6. I saw one of the top reviews was some guy saying it helped him get over his divorce. If it could help him, maybe it can help you.
No.
Before you cast it off as a joke and an unserious suggestion, consider the possibility that you live in a tyrannical society where at any time you can be muzzled, beaten, and put into captivity until you die. Considering these things, maybe it's not a joke. Maybe you're the clown, and the punchline is your entire existence.
Okay.
In summary, Bloons TD6, 10 out of 10. Very recommended.
No.
Very fun. The price
Just
is
no.
very affordable. If you can't, I recommend gaslighting family members into giving you money, blackmailing relatives, or petty crime. Remember,
Okay.
always under 1,000. That's the threshold for felonies. Gotta keep that record squeaky clean. Or, as I've heard it said, get that fong out yo boosie, playa. As always, more
Oh.
content to come.
This thing has fallen down I don't know how many times this week.
So stay tuned. This is the end.
Hold on a second. Yeah, I need to get some better. Okay, so that's just a blackout screen. And so it's held up by Velcro. I need to get some more because the stuff they sent me, it works, but it doesn't.
End of good videos. Here on out, there are no good videos. I'm tired of living in fear of some commenter coming at me saying, Seth, you actually made a factual error. Correct. I did. And I'll do it again. Without the muzzle of quality control, I can flow more freely, like a sewage drain. As always, a warm thanks to the many.
You see this kind of a video, and then you hear the way that he's presenting his stuff. Yeah, he's going to put stuff. I can't stand it. I can't. That's why I can't. When I do my own lore videos, I do them for humor because I just can't be that serious for something like this. I can't. No way. And if you don't get the if you think that somebody's going to present all accurate no. That's like saying Maxor's incorrect summaries are, badly researched because XYZ. He's doing this for humor's purpose, and he does a damn good job. And if anybody disagrees with that, I'm sorry.
Members of a Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos.
What is
You're
this?
all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
Alright, Warpugs. So, a game where you pop balloons apparently has a massive cult following that will rapidly defend its balloon popping strategies until the end of oh my god, why can't I speak just plain simple English? There's got to be something wrong with me on a fundamental mental level. You guys know this. You've known it for quite some time. Warpugs, thank you for joining me. I mean, I seriously do. I got so much that one day I want to figure out how to say, both figuratively and literally. But it means a lot. It means a lot. You guys have taken me on a lot of journeys, introduced me to a lot of creators, a lot of people that I never thought I'd talk about, I never would see. I never thought that I'd be in this position, but I am. And I have you guys to thank for that. I really do. And I'm sentimental, and that's just the case. That's just the way it is with me. I always have been. But, Warpugs, I just want you to know, flat out, I appreciate you being here. Please hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment down below. And if you haven't subscribed to Seth yet, subscribe to me. I have all my